Hello and welcome back to Rage Gaming and more Vessel of Hatred. Today we're talking about alt leveling, and that's why we're on the character screen right now. In our newest version of the game in Season 6, there are 3 main options to level a new character as effectively as possible. The concept of an alt, though, suggests you have a main. So as you can see here, I have my main character, he's in the endgame, he's wearing mythic uniques, he's geared as hell. Basically, I've unlocked Torment 4, and I've progressed my season blessings enough to at least have had 4, and at that point, I would think about an alt because it's going to be very efficient after that point. So as you can see, I do have a second character that's currently level 33, but what we're going to do is make a new character to show you what we're really talking about. No matter which option you go for, you should have completed the campaign, the new one in Vessel of Hatred. So you can check that by pressing change, and we just pick start with Vessel of Hatred campaign complete. It's up to you whether you want to go hardcore, but definitely pick seasonal because we will be relying on the opals, which are big XP increases. When you're creating your character, you will find that you can only pick normal or hard, but don't worry, if you've been playing the game and unlocked all these difficulty modes, which you should have, you'll be able to pick higher than this once you're actually in game by going to a statue. You just for some reason can't do it here. So pick normal or whatever, it doesn't matter. Now that we're in game, it's time to be aware of the 2 main things. The first thing is any leftover gear that's going to be relevant to you on this character you're going to boost and level really quick, and also your classic experience increases. You will find that gear has changed with the new itemization in this season, so unfortunately that means there's a lot of gear that we can't use. Before, you could even use mythic uniques basically instantly, as long as you didn't have any gems in them. But these days, it has changed a bit. As you can see, I require level 35 to use this one, even though it's got no gems or anything in it. This is likely because you can only get ancestral uniques, but still, equipping a mythic unique at level 35 and beyond is still an incredibly powerful thing, so be aware that you can do that at 35 and beyond. The other thing to be aware of then is the XP increases, some of which I've just grabbed. There's actually new elixirs in this season, and they can be used at level 1, and they're phenomenal because they actually provide 8% experience gain. So normally to get that, you'd need a tier 2 elixir, which you'd normally only be able to use at level 50. So you're getting that potent XP increase at level 1 with one of these new elixirs. To get these, you'll just progress in the Citadel. That's where you can find them, but also you're going to get new currency, Citadel coins, which can be spent with the new NPC there, the new merchant at the Citadel, and in exchange you can buy all kinds of stuff like some of these new elixirs. Otherwise, at level 10 you have tier 1 elixirs for 5%, and then at 50, tier 2 elixirs for 8%. Outside of that, we have the new opals. There are a bunch that you can get in this season by defeating the Realm Walkers. I know there's a bunch of them in the game, but it doesn't matter which you use. All of them are going to increase your XP gain by 15% while they're going for half an hour. So you always want at least one of these running on top of the elixir. Next, and this one's really important, is to at least have your season's blessings complete to 4 levels before you choose to actually level an alt. That is because of the Urn of Aggression, which is going to boost your XP from killing monsters. So, I wouldn't actually level an alt until you've got at least 4 Smoldering Ashes from the Battle Pass. That's at least the basis before you make an alt. One of the last things to be aware of then is of course incense. As you can see, I can't click this tab because I'm level 1. You will need to be level 45 before you can actually use an alchemist to craft these, but basically it's an extra 5% XP for 20 minutes. So the lowest value of the lot of these options, but it's still nice to have. And the thing is with incense, other players can pop theirs, and if you're near them while it's active, you get the buff too. So if you have a friend, you could have them pop an incense at level 1 and still get the buff, even though you didn't do it yourself, as we'll show. The only other thing that I want to highlight is the new thing you're going to find in the dungeons. There are these new experience pools that you'll find in normal dungeons and nightmare dungeons. Sometimes they spawn like a health pool and you randomly find them, and when used, you get a 60-minute XP buff to enjoy. If that's an option because you found one, cool, take it. But definitely don't go out of your way to find these. You can do a lot of things more efficient than like a regular dungeon to grind XP. We do hope that they add these to, pits and other content, because it is strange that they're not there. Alright, let's say you're all set up to actually start speed leveling. There's going to be 3 options for you. The first and best one that I'll start with is speed carries, which means using a friend to do content for you while you stand there and soak up the XP. But not everyone in the world has someone that's there, willing, high enough power level to do stuff like this for them. But it is the fastest and easiest method, so I will start with it, but we will move to a trick that you can use for solo players, and then after that, kind of the more normal method for a true solo player player to do in the quote-unquote normal way. So we'll cover all of the things that you need to know. But since we're starting with the fastest one, here's what you're going to need to do. As you've loaded in, you're going to want to find Seregar. That's where you're going to start pits. Here at Seregar, you're going to find the entrance to the pits, which when you try to interact with on your low level, you're not going to be able to because you need to have completed the campaign and also reach level 60. The thing is, as you can see, if we have a friend do this for you, they open the portal, well then there's no problem. You can enter and it's fine. So just have them choose the highest level pit that they can do, but also won't slow them down. So let's say your friend can kill every enemy, elite, boss, whatever, basically instantly in a pit tier 50, then that's what you should do. If they try to do a pit tier 60 and it's noticeably slower, then it's not worth it. But if they're strong enough to do a 60, a 70, whatever, super quick, then that's what you want to do. You want to clear the pit as effectively as possible. It is not worth it if the health pools are so big that it's slowing you down even 1 to 2 minutes. In any case, the boostee just enters and stands there and enjoys the global XP for every enemy killed. When you're in a dungeon with someone, the XP is quote-unquote global for the whole range of the dungeon, so you don't need to be near them when the monsters are dying. You can stand there in safety by the entrance. Before we actually enter and get going though, just a quick reminder to get all your XP increases on, as I've explained at the start. In any case, a neat fact is that when your friend reaches the boss at the end, a portal opens up for both of you wherever you are. You can use that to teleport straight to the end and open the reward chest and get the loot, then go reset and go again. Unfortunately, I know what you're thinking, unless you're level 60, you will not find glyphs or have any to level up using the sigil, so we can't quite double dip on that yet. Still, as you can see, this is an incredible way to level an ult, and easily one of the fastest, if not the fastest method in the game currently. If you have a friend who can and will do this for you, you'll be done in minutes and is the lowest effort option of the 3 we're talking about. Alright, so let's say you don't have someone to boost you and you want to be a solo player that's going to level really quickly, quicker than intended or than normal. Well, the next trick is going to be perfect for that, and it'll be comparably as quick once you've actually got it set up, but you can do it all yourself, which is the main appeal. The problem is that it's certainly on that blurred line of will and when will Blizzard nerf this. So it's something to make use of while it's a thing, essentially, but we do expect this to not make it into the next season or be hotfixed during this one. What you need then are these Whisper caches. The caches lock in an amount of XP based on the world tier that you actually handed in the Whispers, the Grim Favors, to generate the cache. The thing is, any of your characters can open this cache. So that could say be a level 1, they're opening a Whisper cache that you generated on a different character in, say, Torment tier 4 to maximize its XP reward when it's open. The character opening them doesn't need to be in Torment 4 though. The only thing that matters is that when the cache was generated, it was done so in Torment 4. Therefore, it's an insane trick to do. Just complete a bunch of Whispers, get a load of these caches, and then hand them to an ult. To be super efficient, you could do the Whispers on any world tier you like really low level to make it really easy and quick, and then right as you're about to hand in the Whispers, swap to Torment 4, then hand it in, generate a Torment 4 Whispers cache, and cool, now you've got 1 to go. You can send these to your ults to open for huge XP, but it'll be roughly 27 of these to actually get 1 to 60 by just opening caches. The thing is, you can see how effective this is because in this footage I was level 1 and I opened 7 of these Torment 4 Whisper caches and went from level 1 to 31 with just 7 openings. Obviously it slows down the higher level you get, but it can be an incredible way to get to like 1 to 40 or 1 to 50 super quick. And if you want to go all the way, 27 should be the number. As a solo player, this is going to be one of your best options because it means you get to play your main, progress rep, do other stuff, get gear, and then save up these caches to send to an ult to instantly level them. This is the best thing you can do if you're not willing to get someone to boost you and you don't want to do it the true solo normal way. Just remember that this is probably going to get patched out or probably won't make it into the next season, so use it while you can if you want to. Lastly though, we do have the slowest option of the 3 that I'll quickly acknowledge. And it's to level an ult as they essentially intended. You make an ult, you've completed the campaign, you choose to skip the campaign, and now you're able to do whatever you want, such as world content, to level quickly. So we swap to the highest tier you can function in. That's going to be either expert or penitent. With my mythic uniques and any relevant gear I could just pile onto this new ult, penitent was not remotely an issue. Before I get going, I apply all the XP increases from elixirs, incense, the new opals, and then just get going. The best thing you could possibly do is just combine Helltide Blood Maiden spam and the Helltide Whispers to double up on the XP value. While you're here, you can also spend the cinders you'll gather on chests, but ideally you'll do that as late in the Helltide as possible, near when it's going to end, because you actually get more XP when you open the chests while higher level. So just be aware that Helltides last 55 minutes and they reset every hour. If you do need to finish a Whisper off by doing some Whispers outside the Helltide, that's no problem, because the hand in for that is still going to be roughly a full level or more every time. Otherwise, under that, I would consider Undercity with an XP tribute if you have them lying around, as well as Nightmare Dungeons, and of course Infernal Hordes if you've got a bunch of compasses to spare from maybe your main. But ideally, just double up on efficient XP as an activity, such as Helltide and Whispers at the same time. That's pretty much the ideal thing you can do. There's nothing flashy or special to say about this, it's kind of what they planned and is ultimately a good and reasonable option. But of course it will not compare to the Whispers trick, and that won't compare to the pit carrying trick, which is insane. But yeah, overall I hope this gives you what you need to know to level an ult in our Season of 6. I do think there's a good chance the pit leveling trick with boosting will stay. There's been many forms of this kind of boosting in the game the whole time, but I do think the Whispers trick will be removed at some point. If you guys have anything to add to the topic though, any tricks or tips I didn't mention, please let us know. But for now, I've been Hollow, you've been you, and until next time, thanks for watching.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.